Hey guys, welcome to another session of React. In this session, we are going to discuss about what is useEffectHook, when and how to use useEffectHook, how useEffectHook works when state changes or prop changes, how to fetch the data from the service using the useStateHook, and how to make use of useState and useEffectHook to convert the class component to functional component. Let's start. What is useEffectHook? UseEffectHook let us perform the side effects in functional component. The side effects could be DOM manipulation, fetching the data from the service, subscribing to the event or unsubscribing to the event, etc. Now, I have the user app project that we created as part of the React crash course, and now I am going to comment this entire code in the return statement, and I just keep the parent element, Control KC, add the class here, container. I'm going to add a button here, button, and name it increment, and I'm going to add the count property to the state object with value 0. So count 0. Let us display this count here before the button, this dot state dot count. Now each time we click the increment button, we should increment the value of the count by 1. So I am going to add the onClick event here. OnClick. This dot set state function we are going to use. I am using the spread operator so that we don't override the state object. This dot state comma count. This dot state dot count plus 1. Arrow syntax. And now just click on the increment button. You can see that each time we click the increment button, the value of the count is changing. Now I would like to show the value of the count in the title of the application. So the current title of the application is React app. So instead of that, I would like to show the value of the count. For that, you can make use the component didMount, which fires only one time at the time of page load. If you are not aware of the life cycles of the class component, you can skip to the timeline that I mentioned. Otherwise, please watch it. Here document dot title, and now save it. Now you can see that value of count 0 displayed here, and now when I click the increment button, we can see that the value of count is changing here in the paragraph, but in the title still we can see value of count 0 because the component didMount fires only one time. Now we can use the another life cycle of the class component, that is component did update, which fires on each render of component. Component did update, and this is going to fire whenever the state changes. And just refresh. Now just click on the increment button. Now you can see that value of count 1 and value of count 1 in both places. You can see the same value now. Now let us see how we can achieve this one using the useEffectHook. And you can think of useEffectHook as a combination of class component life cycles that are component didMount, component did update, and component will unmount. Now I am going to comment all this code, and I am going to write app component as a functional component. So just comment this entire code, and here I am going to write export default function app, and just return. Place the button and paragraph. So take this paragraph and the button, and when you save it, we are going to get the errors obviously because this dot state is not available in functional component. Now we need to define the state. So we can define the state using the useState in functional component. So let us import the useState now. If you haven't watched my video on useState, please watch it because it is really important to know useStateHook before you know any other hook in React. useState, and I'm going to give the value 0, count value 0, and we know useState will return the pair of values, constant, and the function to update the count, set count. And we are gonna use count in the place of this dot set dot count. Here we need to use the set count function instead of the set state. So set count. Now click on the increment button. You can see the value is getting incremented each time we click the increment button. Now let us show this value in the title of the document or application. So for that, now we are going to use the use effect hook. Let us import the use effect hook also. Use effect. Use effect hook is nothing but a function which takes two parameters. The first parameter is nothing but a callback function which gets executed when use effect hook fires, and the second parameter is optional and that takes array of dependencies and which decides when use effect hook fires. Now first let us define the use effect hook with the callback function. Later we will see the dependency array. Use effect, as I say, it takes the callback function, write it as an array function. This use effect hook fires each time component renders or each time state gets changed or each time props changes. Now let us update the title of the document. Document.title equal to, we are going to just use count. Now you can see value of count 0. Click on the increment button. Now you can see that each time you click on the increment button, the value of the count is changing in both places. Here what is happening, whenever we click on the increment button, we are updating the count state, and whenever the state changes, the use effect function is getting fired and that makes callbacks function to execute. So this is the basic scenario of use state hook. If you would like to run this use effect hook only one time on the page load, then you can mention the dependencies as a empty array. So now just refresh. Just you can see that value of count 0. So it is already fired. And when you click on the increment, now you can see that value of the paragraph is changing, but the value of count is 0 in the title. Whenever you use the empty array as the dependency in the use effect hook function, it fires only one time on the page load. It works like a component did mount lifecycle of class component. Just remove this one and let us see the another scenario. So I'm going to add another state, product, and set product equal to use state of bike. I am going to add another two buttons and I am going to display here paragraph product name. By default the product name is bike because we are passing the value bike to the state. Just update the product state when you click on the bike or car. Instead of set count, we have to use the set product, and here I am going to pass. Now just click on the bike, you can see bike, and when you click on the car, you can see the car. And now let us add one console log statement in the use effect hook. Console.log use. Let us open the console. So we have some warnings like create user is not defined. So because we are not using them, so as of now just remove them, we don't require them. Now let us see how use effect hook works when state changes. When you load the first time, you can see use effect hook called, which is expected. Now just click on the increment. Then you can again see use effect hook called because we just updated the count value whenever you click on the increment button. Now just click on the bike. You don't see that use effect hook called is printed because already the initial value of the product state is bike. Because the use effect hook strictly compares the previous value of state with the new value of state. Here the new value and previous value both are same. That's the reason this use effect hook didn't fire. And now just click on the car. Now you can see that use effect hook called. You can see the number 2. Earlier there was no number. Now you can see the number 2 because now we change the value of the product. So whenever the value of the state is changed, then the use effect hook will fire. Now if you click on the car again, you don't see any changes. Like use effect hook called, you can see the number 2 only. But if you click on the bike, again you can see that number 3. See that when you switch back into the bike and car, you can see that it is getting printed. But if you are updating the state with the same value, you don't see the use effect getting fired. How to prevent this behavior? Here, whenever the state value changes, the use effect function is firing. Instead of that, I would like to fire the use effect whenever the value of the count state is changed. For that, we can add the array of dependencies. So just add array of dependencies. If you don't provide anything in the array, we know that the use effect will fire only one time at the page load. We can just use the count state here. Now just refresh. Now we are telling the use effect function that executes your callback function if and only if count state changes. The count state changes when you click on the increment button. So now if you click on the increment button, you can see that use effect called, use effect hook called, use effect hook called. But now if you click on the bike, now you don't see because already value is the bike. But if you click on the car also, you don't see that use effect hook called is printed, because now it fires only when value of the count is changes. So this how you can use the array of dependency to fire the use effect function whenever the state changes. Now let us see how use state works when there is a change in props. I am going to create a component called product detail. So function product detail, and it's going to receive the product name, product. Here just return. Let us use the use effect hook, and inside that I am going to console log the product name, console.log, and let us use this in the app component, product detail, and pass the product name. Now you can see product name bike by default. And now let's open the console, and here you can see that bike. Instead of just product, maybe just to write. Now you can see that product name bike. If you refresh the page, you can see that product name bike and use effect hook called. So the product name bike is coming from the child component, which is product detail, and the use effect hook is from the app component. And here, now here, whenever I change the value of the count state, you can see that what happens. So whenever I click on the increment, you can see product bike name is getting called. Even though there is no change in props, still we can see that use effect hook of the child component product detail is getting fired. And we don't want that one to be fired, right? So we would like to fire the product detail whenever the props get changed. For that, now you can use the second parameter, that is array of dependencies, and inside the array you can just mention the product. Now if you just refresh, you can see product name bike is changed because first time you pass the property name, and you can see the use effect hook also called. Now when you click on the increment, you can see only use effect hook called, but you don't see that product name is being printed now, because now it won't fire. It fires only when there is a change in the prop. Now if you click on the car, again you can see product name car, because we change the value of the prop. This way you can control the use effect when the props changes. Now let us see another scenario that now we just passed one property, but you can pass the two properties to the array of dependencies, and you can make this use effect to fire if any one of the dependencies get updated. So now just add one more state here, price some value. I am going to add one more button, maybe just add after div price. By default we have the 10,000, right? So let me make it as 1 lakh. So set price. Now I am going to pass this price as a property to the product detail. So price, let's take this and use here, add it in the dependencies array. Okay, now just refresh it, and we can see that product name bike and use effect hook called. When I click on the bike, we know that it won't get default value of the state is bike. Now if I click on the car, we know that it's going to change. But if you click on the set price also, it is going to call this use effect, because here we mentioned that in the dependencies, if any one of these product or prices get changed, then fire this use effect hook. So if I click on the set price, now you can see that product name bike, it's getting fired because we just changed the value of the property. So this way you can use the array of dependencies to control the use effect flow. Now let us see how to use the use effect to fetch the data from the service. I am going to add one more use effect. We know that we can add any number of React hooks in functional component, but we need to mention them in the top level, and they execute in order. Just to remove this array of dependencies, and here I am going to use the code already we have. So I have the Node.js application up and running, and when you go and hit this URL, we are going to get the data. Just hit it. Yes, so we are going to get the data, and we get the error because we don't have this dot state here. So just to remove this line, let us define one more state, user data, and set user data, and by default I am providing empty array. Set user data of result. and even you can just pass the set user data function as a shortcut to the then method. Just you can pass like this. We are using the use effect hook to get the data from the service using the fetch API. Now we got the data from the service, so let us commit this entire code. In user body component we are already having the code to print the data, so just take this entire markup and just replace this one, and here instead of props.users just use users data. I am going to remove this column. Now you can see that John, Vijay, Maru printed. Now just add one button after this data to clear the data. So I am adding here. So here I am adding the button and I am clearing the data whenever you click on the button. So using the set user data function. So now we have the clear button. So whenever you click on the clear button, you can see that flickering. It is getting clearing, but again this data is getting fetched. So when I click on the clear, you can see that it is getting deleted, but again the data getting fetched from the API. So whenever you don't provide the dependencies, what is happening? This use effect function making this API to fetch the data infinitely, which means the use effect function is firing again and again. Because whenever we get the data from the API, we are setting the data to the state. We know that use effect will do the state comparison, but in case of object, it won't compare the content of the two objects, but it just compare the reference of the previous object and new object. Here the reference of the previous object and new object is always different. That's the reason it is keep on firing. So for that we just add the empty array so that we don't fire it again and again. Now if we refresh, we can see there is only one call is going, that is also on the page load. So this way you can use the use effect to fetch the data from the service. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get all the updates. Thank you for watching.